Langat, regarding TVET. On Twitter, Aleki Rono says, I got a D+ in my KCSE. I joined TVET for craft certificate diploma. I passed, only to be denied admission at the Technical University of Kenya because of my KCSE grade. Please ask the education experts about how one can progress from TVET to a bachelor's. And in the same line, then there is the question that people are being encouraged to go to TVET, but is that what the market needs? Because when many people go to apply for jobs, one of the first requirements they're asked for is whether they have a degree, including government jobs. So is there a disconnect between what government is saying in terms of people should go into TVET because those are the skills that are needed, but that government itself and even private sector is saying we want those with a degree? Maybe you could answer those two questions together.
Thank you, Yvonne. But just allow me 1 minute to mention that before I looked into the two questions regarding this funding model. I think we have agreed that the old funding model was not working in the sense that we had the budget stagnating despite the number of students increasing. And we saw, for example, in TVET, where we were giving 30,000 as capitation, reducing to 17,000. And I'm very sure if government would not have done anything to address this, there would be more questions asked than what we are asking for the new model. So I think we need to appreciate that it was the right time to really move away from the model that was not working. To the question that you have asked, of course we have had a challenge in terms of having an integrated system of upward mobility. And this is one of the reasons when we were looking at the TVET reforms, why for a very long time most people were not ready to go to TVET because it was seen as a dead end. And there was no possibility for you or guarantee for you to move to higher education if you wish to, in terms of upgrading your career. What has happened over time during the reforms is to be able to establish what we call the Kenya National Qualification Framework, which has been able to give a clear pathways right from TVET to universities. And one of the reasons, and I'm happy that the students has mentioned one technical university, which actually happened to be my university, is sometimes when you apply for an opportunity, and because these opportunities are few, there is a selection criteria, and sometimes one of the reasons to not qualify is because of those reasons in selection criteria. The idea of developing the technical universities was actually to provide an opportunity for students that have gone through the TVET to move from diploma to undergraduate programs in TVET. There's still a conversation within the current presidential working party that there will even be a possibility where technical universities will only be reserved for those who are graduated from TVET to progress to undergraduate, also providing funding for the same.
But then what happens to people like Aleki? So he's gone through a TVET program, and then he goes to a university and is told, bring back your KCSE grade. That's time and money that has been spent in seeking education, only for you to be told that it wasn't even necessary to begin with.
Well, it could be a very unfortunate case if the same has happened, because, as I mentioned, in the National Qualification Framework, it provides for the requirement for you to move to the next level is a pass in the subsequent grade. For example, if you are going for undergraduate, you have to look at the pass in the diploma. And there's a possibility that this person started from certificate, you move to diploma. Then when you're going to undergraduate, the requirement is to provide for what you obtain in diploma. Kenya National Qualification Authority is not only working on that qualification framework implementation, but also providing what we call credit accumulation transfer, so that you don't only go to university and probably study in first year, but you are given credit transfer for the courses that you either passed very well or the experience that you have accumulated over time.
Okay.
Lakini kidogo kabla tujatoka katika mada hii, tumezungumza kwa kirefu sana kuhusiana na gharama ya masomo. Wasema kwamba unaweza kusoma katika hizi taasisi za kiufundi TVETs, kisha unaweza kuingia katika chuo kikuu na kupata degree yako. Lakini hasa wengi wa wale ambao hujiunga na hizi TVETs huwa na imani kwamba wakishamaliza masomo yao wanaingia katika job market moja kwa moja, kwamba haitahitajika tena kupata masomo ya chuo kikuu. Ni wasema kwamba hasa hamna nafasi ya wanafunzi wetu ambao ndio wengi ambao wanatafuta nafasi katika hizi taasisi zetu, ambao watapata kazi moja kwa moja baada ya kumaliza masomo yao. Kile cheti chao kiweze kuwafaidi kupata kazi moja kwa moja.
No, in terms of capacity, I can say we have capacity that can handle the numbers that we are transiting from basic education. At the moment, both public and private TVET institution in the country is in excess of 2,500. We have government or public institution close to 400, private institution close to another 1,000. County government institution called vocational training centers, they are about 1,000. And there is currently discussion between the national government and the county government to increase the capacities of this institution. And in average, if they are going to take about, let's say in average about 500 students per institution, we are looking at 500,000 plus the capacities that we have in the national institution. So we are able to go in excess of 2 million capacities in our TVET institution. The only thing at the moment is to make sure that we align our program to market demand, so that we have a clear transition from training to work, and this will also encourage more students to go to TVET. And we have also seen this over this year alone. When we are doing a placement, we have close to 10,000 students who obtain university entry requirements, but they chose to go to TVET because of the passion or the career they want to pursue.
All right.
And they hope to, when they finish their training in TVET, they are still going to pursue the same careers in university.
Bwana Monai, because we're trying to answer all of these questions